Hello, and how are you? This is going to be another talking corner. This one is basically about art. Yeah, art and art styles. Because I know that nowadays most people just say, "Oh, it's art. It's fine." Like you know what I mean? Like we don't really debate too much about art styles anymore, which I'm happy about because honestly, it was kind of dumb. I'm sorry, it is. Take me for instance. I am a cartoon artist, but to this day, I still have that one smart person that likes to comment saying that like that says a comment IRL that I do not draw to the step of my age because I draw, you know, a little bit different than everybody else.
Let's have a go around. My heart is.
But yeah, it's different. I know it's different. But the thing is, I don't like realism art, nor do I like realistic looking games. It's why it's not even the realistic looking games. It's just when games started to go the route of like artist art realism, I actually checked out of like buying newer games unless they fit like that that in between realism and fun art. Yeah, that's the best way to put it. But on the other hand, I do get realism has a place in art because like that's how you get those those surreal scene type paintings, those paintings where like you just feel like you're visiting the place just by looking at it. Better example. Let's say Enjoy right now, if you're in the community of people who are still talking about that. Honestly, I think they can coexist in the same world without killing each other. Enjoy and Sims 4. Sims 4 is iconic. Sims as a series is iconic. Even if people stop playing Sims 4, they can be baited back in with nostalgia for some reason. Am I wrong? I'm not wrong. I mean, why do you think I still play Sims 4? It's not a perfect game. I mean, right now there's a bug I dislike to a heavy degree, but I don't want to play Enjoy at all. I really don't. It has nothing to do with anything else but the fact that it has realistic graphics. And that is not my cup of tea. I'm sorry, it isn't. Yeah, like, it's not my cup of tea. And that's why I say, in general, what I'm saying is art is subjective. But enough about art styles. Recently, I've been seeing like a banana, like art just being like, like for example, a banana being taped onto a wall. I mean, it's art, but to me, the definition of art is, um, you know, definition of art is like self expression. Like something that takes more than 2 seconds to do. I'm not saying that's not self-expression. I mean, if that's self-expression to that person, it is art to them and to other people. But what I'm saying is, even just taking a canvas and just painting lines on it, it's so much more effective, especially if you can make that singular line that you put on that canvas look so great on paper that no one can debate whether it's art or not, because you put that line there and that line could mean so much more to you than the people looking at it. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, art don't have to be extravagant. I mean, if you've seen my old art, you would understand what I'm saying. Haven't changed much, but a little bit I have changed. I've learned how to be more, you know, detailed in how I express myself. And that's another thing with art. There has to be something, some way, some reasoning in there that you've grown. You know, you have to be growing as well. Like, what I mean by that is like martial arts. It's an art. You grow by learning new moves, learning a better way to do this thing over here, or better yet, beating your first opponent in a tournament. Same thing with dance, but dance goes even further. And I didn't forget MMA. It's actually one of my favorite three sports to watch. For like, there's many ways to go with martial arts, but with music and dance, you can even go further with that because there's so many branches in music. You can become a producer, the next artist, the next beat maker, the next the next legend in your specific genre. You can become the biggest flop and make a comeback story for yourself. You could even, say just become a one-hit wonder, but that one hit solidified your career forever because now you've become a staple. That even after that song was sung, you people still listen to it. And with dance, I mean, I used to dance. I'm not gonna lie, I used to. But let's just say I'm not. I've passed my prime on that. I'm only in my 20s, but I've already passed my prime on dancing. I don't really have too much more I can do in that genre. A lot of stuff happened, basically. But yeah, like with dance, what I'm trying to say with dance is it's more of a self-expression of the body and mind. Yeah, a self-expression of the body and the mind. But back to sorry for yapping there. But back to what I was saying about like my art. Stuff I do. Like I mean, I saw that one video of someone calling a pile of dirt, literally a pile of dirt, I believe it. you can tell me if I'm wrong. Art, but the thing is, everyone can do that. That's the other thing. It has to be something not everyone can't do, or something along the lines of something that you can only do that makes you special. Because if you have the same thing as the other person over there, it's not yours. It's just another idea someone else can take. And I know art, painting and drawing can do the same thing, but with that, in that case, you have protections to a degree. You can show receipts and show you were the first to do it. But with that, I mean, with specifically, if we talking about that piece that they made where they just put dirt in the middle of the floor, like, I mean, construction workers do that piece of art all day when they excavating. That's basically what I'm saying. Like, unless that dirt was like worth thousands and thousands of dollars, and you just put it in resin so that it can never be touched again, that's different. Pitting your dirt in resin and just having it be a forever still piece of dirt, a pile of dirt, is just that's imaginative. It's weird, but a very imaginative, and I wouldn't mind that, you know. Hmm. Now, I'll tell you why I got into art. For real, for real. Since the topic is art today and not just art styles, because I don't want to get on those people. Because at the end of the day, like I said, it's still art. It's their self-expression. I have no right to say what is and isn't art. Okay, I'm not gonna be the art police saying, "Oh, that's not art." No. Oh, self-expression is what art is at the end of the day. What I want to talk about is my story now. So you see, when I was little, I showed my mom this picture. And see, I was the type of kid that, like, when I did something, I had a reason to do something. Like, I had a legitimate reason. Like, if I had a if I wrote I even I've been writing stories and doing all this creative stuff since I was like 7, 8, 9, 10. So I've been doing this stuff for a long time. The thing is, I never grew out of doing these things. So I just got better over time. Hmm. But yeah, I showed mom my picture and she asked me, "What what's the story?" I was little, so I don't even know what story I told her that day. But she said, "That sounds so interesting." I was like, at that in my mind, I was like, that was the biggest compliment anyone has ever paid me as a person, you know? Then I started writing stories, and that's like when I started like giving my characters names. I started like writing their names on the back of the pieces of paper, and If you guys have seen, if you guys have seen my all my videos of my older art, my old art videos, those are the drawings I started doing when I got serious, when I turned around like in like 2017. That's when I got really serious. I made an Instagram account and I just started posting my art and got plenty of people eyes on me. It encouraged me to, just keep going. And I did. And I actually got a little bit better every time. Yeah, I got a little bit better, and I just found myself being more immersed into the art scene as times went on. I mean, I'm telling you, nowadays I cannot find any collaborations unless I really push for it, which, like, knowing me is not ever happening anymore because, like, I'm a very, like, non-social person most of the time. So you won't be seeing me chasing down collaborations. But back then I was like just having collabs, like people saying, "Hey, I like your work. Can you want to do art trade or whatever?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." And it ended up being some of the funnest moments in my art career. I really miss them. I do. But times have changed. People have changed. And that's something I had to really learn the hard way. Because when I came back to just my Instagram account or art in general, the art world, after trying to going through college to get something I needed, I just found that the disrepair of the art community is just so. It don't really help that the whole AI thing is still going on. But the thing I said, but for that reasoning, I'm gonna have a whole video about AI sometime this week, maybe tomorrow or the next day. So I'm not even gonna get into the whole AI crap because I think there's benefits and I also think there is negatives to what's going on to right now. So let's get back to art. But yeah, the art community is in shambles. I mean, art thieves doing this, that, and the other, and people just taking other people's stuff. This was not the way, specifically from my experience of what Art Instagram, that's the only one I know. I've never been part of any community in my life because I've always been I stay by myself whenever I can type person. So I can't really say anything else other than what the community I was part of for a very short time. Well, not short time, few years. Instagram art community was so cool. Like, you could go on there, and it's like right now where well, this the one what time I'll say AI with these lips in this video. Maybe two more times, but only because it's necessary for context. So, like, what was I saying? Oh yeah, AI. So with AI on the rise, there's been so much more concern about like posting your art knowing it might get lost to the wind. And that is something I actually fear myself. Which, if for those who also don't know, I've actually had my art stolen from me. So I actually worked with a program. I did an internship with 5,000 Role Models for the DCPS, the program that worked with DCPS. And their current logo is actually my logo. I remade that logo. But the thing is, I don't want drama, so I didn't address that, you know? Because he actually, mom told me that the person that used to praise me for making their logo, ever since they sold it off to another company to, do what they had to do business wise to use their logo, they didn't credit me. They did not credit me, the person. And that same person who used to say I made the logo basically gave off the "who are you talking about" face when when mom mentioned me, as if money blinded him or that whole thing. Which, like I said, as an artist, you have to just be aware that this is gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I mean, art commissions don't always end the way you want it to, and just you know, nothing in life ends the way you want it to after time. I mean, I would be rich right now if that was the case. As you can tell, I just live day to day, just trying to make sure everything works out. So that was a tight fight. I'm sorry. That was a win. I think I deserved. I deserved that one. But yeah, it's that's actually why I started the X Hero project. I wanted to put more of my old art on social media, but I was like, I have a series that even if someone copied it at some point, I have receipts, I have everything I need to show I did it first. That's like the main point of doing it. But with my older art, they could have just taken my ideas and ran with it. Yeah, that whole them not crediting me actually got me till to this day got me into a scare that anything I do can be taken and not used for the reasons I created it in the first place. So that's when I said, hey, I'm gonna make my own brand. Then I remembered I'm gonna have to be different because almost every hero branding, funny enough, is actually taken by the name card names in Yu-Gi-Oh! Literally every one I wanted to use for my branding. Evil Hero, Elemental Hero, Destiny Hero, all of those sound cool and I actually wanted to use them. I mean, I even gambled on keeping the original name that younger me gave my collection of heroes, which is X Heroes, because but I was actually creating X Heroes before extra heroes and Yu-Gi-Oh were even a thing. So I was like, you know what? They call themselves extra heroes. I think it should be fine. They can't do anything to me if I brand name X Heroes, right? So I went ahead and did it. And as you can see, it's working out just fine. It really is. We'll see about what happens with it in the future, though. But other than that, I actually have a whole bunch of cool ideas for this art collection. But that's also another video coming down the line. Whenever, for like, I actually have a lot of video ideas for this called Talking Corner. So, yeah, that's one of them. Because I want to really get in deep detail with that whole thing. But yeah, art. But yeah, back to like, I know I ramble a lot, by the way. I just like talking. And If you know how I live right now and what's going on with me in my life, you know, I don't got many people to talk to right now. So I only got you guys. Or guys or gals or whatever. But yeah, art is an interesting case. It really is an interesting case. Because, like I said at the beginning, I'm no art police, but I can tell you I find certain art styles to be ugly. Even, and I'm not talking about bashing realism again, because like I know there's a place for it and people like it, but like it's just the art style I'm specifically talking about is just no emotion art. Just art to be made to sell. That's what I mean. And I know, and what I mean by that, not commission art either. No, not commission art. What I mean by that is art just to made pushed without commission. No one asked for it, so it's not really made for anybody. Nor is it some type of timepiece for you to mark your accomplishments. It's just no emotion, get out the door art. And yes, when I say this, I'm pitting fan art made just to be fan art to that'll bait a fan base and to sell it to buying your art. That stuff. And when I say that, that's what I mean by I specifically said it that way because fan art is awesome. It is fine and I love it. But when you do it just to appease a certain fan base to get their attention, you have to remember they're gonna want you to do that more and more, and you might get tired of doing it. Because once you built that audience, that those people that you sell to, they're gonna have a certain expectation of you once they start buying from you. I mean, I'll take me for example. I used to sell my art. I did commissions before, but like this was back before everything was like back in the day when I was doing doing like art trades and stuff like that. I was also making money on my art. I was young too. But the thing I didn't know how to sell art, so every piece I did was like $10. Nowadays, I would have fixed that and made it like 30 to 20, 25 to 30 nowadays. But with the current art style I have, and I'm still and me still growing as an artist, getting better at like knowing how faces work, knowing how hands work, knowing how to angle bodies in certain poses, stuff like that. It would be way more expensive than $10 nowadays to get to buy something off me, or to even do a commission. But yeah, it's as you can tell, this is a longer video because I'm very passionate. Because and like this is another. And let me get on my soapbox for a second. Like, can I wish that the whole art police side of the art community would just go away. You know, like I fixed their art. I fixed their art. I changed their art. No, you just changed the way you like it. No, yes, what I'm saying. Like I see, this it's the reason I actually wanted before. Like I knew about how bad Twitter was or X is, but like I want it to go on all social media. I have a Facebook, by the way. I just don't use it because of certain reasons, that family matters, that really just kind of stop me from having to use it anymore. But I was like, okay, I can't use Facebook. Why not Twitter? But the thing is, the art police on Twitter is so freaking negative that I really don't want to go there. I really don't. Because I know there's art police on Instagram. I mean, I see there's people who also fix people's art on Instagram. But Twitter is just the place to do it. It is the place to do it. Like, someone can just post fan art of a character in their ethnicity. There's nothing wrong with this, and as long as the original art exists out in the world somewhere, there is absolutely no reason that that person can express how they would want that character to look in their eyeballs. I mean, I really don't like race washing anything. I mean, I love Goku the way he is. I don't need a black Goku to represent me. I really don't. I don't even need. I mean, my favorite anime is Fairy Tail. Yes, but before you ask, I hate Eden Zero because it's just a watered down fairy tale to me in space. I know there's a story there, but I just can't get behind it. But Fairy Tail, I don't want a black Natsu. No, I like Natsu because I'm into dragons and wizards and knights and heroes and medieval times and like in warlocks and witches. I'm into all that stuff. I'm not into like all of that. You need to be they need to be X thing to represent me. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean by that. It's like Natsu is white. Okay, Japanese, white. I don't know which one to put there. I really don't. Cause like I don't like pitting down races, or cause like essentially I love all races. Every race is equal to me. I love everybody. Like I only judge you on your character, not what you bring to the table to the world, you know? Yeah, like what you bring to the table in our relationship, friendship, dating, whatever the case may be. All I care about is who you are as a person. I could care less about if you're Asian, Hispanic, white, mixed. It don't really matter. But like, with that being said though, there has to be somewhere where people can just be people. What's that unit? Oh, it's that one. Yeah, and that's what I mean. I just heard wish there was a place people can be people. And yes, when I state that about races, I also mean that for people's identities. I don't really talk about it much, but identity politics never affected me because, like, I'll tell you right now, I have friends, I have many a friend who come from different backgrounds, different mindsets, different attitudes, different ways of life that, I just don't care. Just come at me the way you would come at everybody else. Don't treat me any different than anybody else. Just don't just come at me with your authentic self. And it's up to me to judge whether I want to be around you or not. Cause I hate fake people. When I say fake people, I mean, people who just need, they just absolutely need to have that recognition, that they want to be everybody's friend. I just can't deal with them, because most likely they're going to bring more friends into the relationship and mess it up for themselves when it comes to being friends with me, because I'm a very closed off person. But like, and I can show emotion, but I'm not going to like go out of my way to say, "Hey, you know, you did this thing wrong. Now I need to do this." You know? Yeah, if people go out of their way to just be nice to people, knowing that they won't get anything in return, I kind of feel bad for them. But at the same time, I base it off where they came from, and they might come from the most beautiful home. Yes, they might be, because I'm not like I said, I've made many a friend, I've made many a foe, I've made I've met countless people that come from different backgrounds, and they all are just such great people. But sometimes that just gotta not that just gotta go. It gotta go. It gotta go sometimes. And this relates to art. Why? Because the art community. Yes. Everything I just said ties back to the art community. There is I'm not going to say it was better back then. No, it was still as toxic, but it wasn't as toxic as it is now. I can say that about every fandom, actually. And that's actually the fandoms I'm part of and how I feel about them is yet another video. I think I should do all three of those videos this week since I already mentioned them. But like, yeah, this is not the original problem to the other this one fandom or this group of people. No, because I'm part of that group of people. And I'm very well aware of how we come off sometimes. I mean, when it comes to me, the moment you bring up art or anything related to art, the whole conversation will immediately become about what art style do you have? What do you think about this art character? What do you think about this character? Describe to me your opinion on this thing right here. I'm gonna get all tuned in on that conversation because I just love art that much. Art is basically my life, man. It's true. Being creative, having creative freedoms, it's like no other thing that I've ever felt in my life, you know? And that's why I'm so crucial of art. And art I don't deem art, but like I said, I'm not the police of art. I just don't deem it art because it lacks the creativity, because everybody else could have done the same thing. Yeah, that's just how I feel about art, the art community, and everything else going on right now. I might have jumped from topic to topic because all of it need to be said at some point. And I just had to get that video out first. And I'll say one thing, I will never talk about politics on this channel because I'm trying to stay away from anything controversial and or just like that degree. It's kind of stupid getting involved in stuff that has nothing to do with me. But with that being said, thank you for watching. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Peace.